Informal, lighthearted welcome to Open Pike Night, the Strange New Worlds podcast where your calls are the prime directive. I'm your host, John T. Bolds, and we didn't see you there. Just kidding, we did. Tonight's prime direction. We have a first-time Open Pike Night guest, the event planner behind Strange New Worlds Season 4, Episode 3, Human Best Friend, Yana Gorskaya. From Marvel superheroes to vampires and now Starship Crews, she's managed to find the absurdity in our favorite genres, all while keeping the heart of the characters front and center. Director Yana Gorskaya, welcome to Open Pike Night.
Thank you for having me.
Woo. Thank you for being here. And of course, we are joined as always by my co-hosts, the man who definitely ate the dragon, Jesse Bailey.
I will eat anything one time, okay? Like, I'm a firm believer in you gotta try it at least once. And if you don't like it, that's okay. But who's not gonna try dragon? Are you serious?
And the man who I absolutely pulled a whole Captain Kirk on. We hung out for a full day once when he thought he was high, but man, I learned some stuff that day. Yeah.
Who am I?
Cameron Harrison.
Excellent. I want to hear more about this. I think we should just talk about that.
Hey, me too. Yep. I don't remember a minute of it.
It was yesterday. He's in Hawaii, and he's real messed up on that 1 hour time change.
I was going to say, I appreciate the Hawaiian shirt shtick, guys, but I thought we were all meeting here to record this episode. I'm in this beach house by myself.
Yeah, I did not
really
buy
got into the
tickets.
thing. Yeah.
My bad.
People think our budget is really good. Stop it, Ken.
It seemed like an appropriate... It's an appropriate episode to chime in from Hawaii, to interrupt my vacation for.
Absolutely.
I should add, for people who are listening to this and not watching, these guys are all wearing Hawaiian shirts, and it's baller. It's really, really good.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Come find us on YouTube and see for yourself.
For those of you who love this episode, I'm absolutely certain Paramount will roll out those Hawaiian shirts right away since they're so good at merchandising.
Good.
Gaudy shirt. I must know where... I'm texting that right now.
I really want one.
It is a surfing Mugatu on there, right?
Yeah.
That is correct.
Of course it has a deep
amazing.
earth meaning. It's my favorite shirt.
All right. Oh. Well, this is going to be a good conversation already, I can tell.
Yes, it is.
Well, let's start it then. Let's begin it. Yana, what is your history, if you have any, with the franchise of Star Trek? Were you a fan of it coming in, or is this all new to you?
I am actually an immigrant. I came here as a child, and I learned English from reruns of the original Star Trek that would go on after school. And I had a massive crush on Chekhov, and because I came from Russia, and I was like, my people, and like it was this beautiful vision of the world where Russians and everybody else got along, and I loved it. I inhaled it, and I particularly inhaled, because I was quite young, the trouble with Tribbles. So when there was an opportunity to put a Tribble in my episode, I lobbied so hard. They graciously allowed me to have a Tribble in my episode. As a tip of the hat to that. And then my husband also worked with Leonard Nimoy for a significant stretch right before he passed. They were working on a play together that Leonard wrote about Vincent van Gogh, and my husband was doing the French version and translation of that. And so Leonard was a very dear friend. My husband, weirdly enough, was not a Star Trek fan because Star Trek in France, they dubbed it in Canada. So they had like Quebecois accents, and it just never took off in France as it should have.
That's
so
funny.
He was unaware of how marvelous that was. He just liked Leonard as a writer.
Oh, wow. I wonder if Picard makes more sense in the French dub. They're like, oh, it's a Frenchman. Like, here they tell us he's French, but then he has an English accent. So
It's true. It's a little weird.
Yeah.
It's the future. What about Strange New Worlds? Had you been keeping up, or did you have to do all your
Absolutely. I
homework?
Was a massive Strange New Worlds fan. I'm an old, from college friend of Henry Alonso Myers. And Shadows shot in Toronto, and Strange New Worlds shot in Toronto, and so we would always get together, and it had been multiple seasons that we had tried to make it work for me to come in and do one, but I was always working on Shadows at the same time, and so it just didn't time out. But then when Shadows wrapped, I finally got to come in and do one, and it was delighted. And he took me on a tour of the sets, and being that little kid who grew up with this stuff, like, it just takes up a huge part of my brain. So like it was completely surreal and delightful, and I'll never forget it. Yeah.
That's excellent.
We have to ask, as in case you're wondering out there, she's referring to what we do in the shadows, of course. A lot of people want to see Matt Berry as Cybok. Did that conversation happen? Were you present for that? Is there anything you can tell us?
Matt is a delight, and he should do Star Trek. He'd be amazing.
Yes, absolutely. So Strange New Worlds, like, they have a very specific way they select the directors for each episode. Like, it's a very purposeful way, and it sounds like you know why you were tapped for this one. What's the background to that?
Well, I have a rather extensive background in deadpan comedy, and this script was very much that. So as soon as I read it and saw that it was The Hangover in space but deadpan, I was absolutely delighted. And I think they also wanted me to bring my improv background, working with improvisers, to the show, because it's something they really hadn't done. And Martin and Melissa were so good at it. Doing fun run improvised takes really was some quite delightful things came out of that. But Kat's script, oh my God, it was so funny from the get-go. And I can't say that it changed all that much. I would say, like, all the best lines are still her script. She's amazing.
And she gets to be in it too.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that took me a second. I was like, I know that person. Oh, it's Kat. Okay.
Yeah. Meeting Kat was incredible, because there aren't a lot of women who work in genre comedy or in genre in general. And I was amazed that we weren't already best friends, and we are now. Like, we got so tight on making this show, and as soon as I met her, I was like, unicorn, you have exactly the same interests as I do, and I'm never letting you go. And we are very good friends now. We were just texting today.
So how did you balance the tone of this episode? Because like you said, it sounds like there were a lot of takes with varying degrees of, over the topness. Did you have kind of a firm grip on what level of absurdity you wanted to land at? Or was it like, let's shoot as much as we can and we'll pick it out in the edit?
No, we definitely played levels on that stuff. My feeling is that quote unquote broad comedy is best when it's pretty grounded. And all of these actors are quite good at that. And particularly Martin and Melissa. And with Martin, we really wanted to dial in the how drunk is he of it all. And he was very sensitive to not being slapstick or as he should be. Like, big, broad drunk is rarely a good thing. So we would do more contained takes and bigger ones that would kind of push the comedy a little bit harder. And I'd say we probably most of the time landed somewhere in the middle. And that was quite fun to explore. We did that with all of the cast, with all of their levels of inebriation. We would do takes where they were like, go as hard as you can. You are high. And then, let's pull that back. And you're just really trying not to be high would be the direction. And then in terms of the comedy, it was interesting because I think tonally, there was this desire for it to maybe be a little bit raunchy, but I think that we always kept in mind that people watch the show with their families. And while it could be a little bit edgy, like, we never wanted to do something that was just tasteless. So, walking that line in terms of where we went with our improv and performance too.
So you cut the Mugatu sex scene. That's probably the right choice. Yeah.
That'll be on the Blu-ray. That's fine.
Well, so on those levels from like 1 to 10, where do you feel like what level did you wind up picking for the final take? Do you feel like was there a
on
kind of
Martin
consistent?
on
for anyone for
being high? It really depended. Like, some of them, I have to say, like, Christina got so funny when the more intense that she got. Because already, Lon's a fairly strident character to begin with. Like, she has a lot of intensity. So just to dial her up to 11 was really, really fun. Yeah. And then other people, the smaller stuff was better. It really, really kind of depended on whether or not the moment needed to be more grounded or if we were playing comedy. But it was quite a fun puzzle to play. It was, they were all playing quite a bit out of character for a lot of this episode. And even Ethan, who the whole joke is that he hasn't changed at all. He's just hallucinating. But for him, like, he hadn't really done improv. And so he was in an area where he was like, okay, this is new. And he was wonderful. Just so funny, so naturally funny.
It's interesting that you bring up they're all kind of playing outside their characters, because I think, and this is something you'll come to learn about me, I don't always ask a question. Sometimes it's just a compliment. But I think you guys managed to land exactly on, like, okay, this is outside of the character, but it is totally believable. Like, Chapel at the bingo table. Yeah. This is somehow very true to these characters, despite being something we haven't seen before.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we were going for. Yeah.
Nailed it.
So
Thank you.
And with your background, you have a strong editing background, and you've worked in the editing department on most of Taika Waititi's films and projects. What did you learn there that you were able to apply to this episode beyond the deadpan comedy, like constructing the episode itself?
Well, comedy is about reactions. So I always know the listeners are just as important as the talkers. And so to make sure that I land all of those moments, I had a phenomenal editor on this episode, Dana Gasparin, and
she's the best.
She's fantastic and so collaborative and had so many ideas. And her first cut was already a delight. So we dug into it together and nerded out as editors, and had a lot of fun just kind of playing with the form and rhythm of deadpan. It was, she's great.
So as you were approaching the material, obviously Hangover in Space, which was the first thing I thought of too, but did you draw inspiration from anything else where you're like, oh, let's look at how this handled this sort of situation?
I rewatched The Hangover, and it was a movie that I loved when it came out, and I have to say, I wish it held up better. But there were some things about it, the kind of propulsiveness of it, and the kind of anything can happen feeling of it that I really, really liked. And then I just watched a ton of this show and wanted to come in and bring my very overdeveloped Russian sense of deadpan to it. And, it was an interesting tonal puzzle because the first 2/3 of it are comedy, like very like hard comedy, but it gets to someplace pretty deep between.
This episode does heavy lifting between the scenes and the seasons, so yeah.
Like Martin and Melissa had some lovely, much more grounded drama connectivity that we shot in a deadpan way, but they were connecting in a completely grounded, moving way. It really moves me. I hope it does other people too.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting that you note how propulsive it was, kind of like the pacing of The Hangover, because this episode has a ton in it. Like, there are so many things that happen before we even get back to the Enterprise. Like, I was rewatching it today. I was like, oh, okay, I think I'm getting to the end because, like, there was this big fight. Chapel's yelling in the bingo. Oh, no, there's like 12 or 14 minutes left of this because there's so much to wrap up. And it's like the pacing is really impressive in this. Was that something that you ended up thinking to yourself, like, we need more time to complete this? Or did you just, at the end of your shot list, where you're like, okay, we've got this?
Star Trek is a really interesting show. Maya Bankovich shot my episode, and she's so talented, and she brings so much, and she has such good ideas. But you don't get to do as much coverage on this show as you do on other kinds of comedies. Like, you're shooting, there's just, the equipment is massive, and, setting up the lighting and everything. And like I had to be very, very judicious about what was important. What's the scene about? What are the absolute must-haves to make this funny and also cut together and be an episode. And she was incredibly helpful in guiding me in terms of how Star Trek works in that way. And then, of course, did a beautiful deadpan job. Her center frames are chef's kiss. That is, my jam. So.
Well, we did not get Matt Berry in this episode, but we did get
the marvelous Dave Foley.
As a longtime Kids at the Hall fan, I mean, just what can you tell us?
He is a gentleman and a massive Star Trek fan, and so game, marvelous improviser. He came up with a lot of the funniest little bit like swirls of Dendru that are in the episode, and because he's such a huge Star Trek fan, and also he's really into aliens. Like if you ever talk to Dave and you mention aliens, you'll be there for a while. Like he's
noted.
And so he loved the prosthetics, and sometimes actors can get a little bristly about having to sit in a chair for a long time and get all that makeup on, but he was so down. And the other thing about Dave is he is a legend in Canada, and since we were shooting in Toronto, the crew was all kind of just hovering around with wide eyes, like just hoping that he might look their way. So it was very sweet. Like you could tell he was just a legend amongst us. Like, the halls went quiet. Well, actually, there was a little murmur everywhere he went. Yeah.
That's cool.
Very cool. Yeah. So where did you mostly shoot, on sets, or was there did you guys go to location for this shoot, or what was the mix there?
This is a very unusual episode for Star Trek in that it was mostly shot on location.
Oh, okay.
They found a futuristic hotel in downtown Toronto, and we shot the bulk of everything that takes place on the planet in that hotel, which already looked like that. And to be fair, our production designer, he's brilliant. Jonathan did bring in a lot of flourishes to make it even more special, and built that stage for the karaoke, and and some things we kind of, because it was a no tech zone, purposefully made look a little bit janky. Like, the bingo had that incredible back wall that existed in the space, but it's just folding tables and old ladies that happen to be aliens, like as those things would be in a kind of grounded real life, which was quite fun and very cheeky. Yeah.
So getting off the set, did it feel like the actors were maybe having a little bit of shore leave of their own, or was there that sense?
It was, it's interesting. It's a huge machine. Like, Star Trek, the equipment we carry is a lot. So I think it was just like, oh my God, how do we get everything in here? And the cast loved it. They were, getting to play comedy and a little bit, and high and having a blast. And the crew was sweating. But it was great. It was such a good shoot, and everyone was on their game, and it looked wonderful. And the cast, I think they were playing a bit because, they were on shore leave, and they got to wear costumes that were outside of the uniform, which was really special too.
Did you get to help pick out the costumes? Because there were some amazing ones.
Oh my God, Bernadette she outdid herself. The most amazing one was Celia's.
That coat, yeah.
Oh my! The whole thing was so gorgeous, and so much so that we hadn't planned a full body shot of her in the scene in our kind of storyboard working it out. But when we saw the whole thing put together, we were like, we have to get a full body shot, and we have to put it in here because that is a joke. I mean, a beautiful joke in itself, and she looked incredible. She rocked it so hard. Yeah.
I want to go to
her
that
little
party.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
just the mysterious
she definitely
party. It's
had the best party.
Like the oracle of no, you can do this. I'm back to my party. So Strange New Worlds is already known for being a very colorful show, especially with modern Star Trek. Was there a really conscious choice to make this like the most vibrant episode of Strange New Worlds so far?
Well, it's shore leave, and it's fun, and it's comedy. Like tonally, yes, you want it to be bright and kooky, and in particular that Hawaiian shirt. We talked a lot about the colors of it. I knew that it was going to have to play against black, and initially the shirt was black with a lot of the same kind of cool design. But visually that would not have popped. And so it ended up into this kind of brighter palette. And I think that may have driven the rest of the costumes in a way. Like they all kind of snowballed into this, all right, fuck it, we're having fun. Let's go, which I adored.
So I want to ask real quick about the actors, because Anson Mount's Captain Pike in this, I feel like he gets so many opportunities to play so many different genres, and not only does he knock it out of the park every time, and especially in this one, I feel like there's a layer of like, he is just having the most fun. He's a kid in a candy shop. He's like, I don't ever get to play this character, and I'm going to play every ounce of this character in the scene I can. Like, what was it like working with him on Pike in this episode?
He was great, and you're right. It was definitely a flavor that he hadn't gotten to play yet, and I think he had a great time in the tattoo parlor and threw a lot of really funny ad-libs in there. But I think in some ways he might have even had more fun when he was on stage trying to hold it together and stumbling his way through this peace talk while he was very hungover.
The tattoos with the speech were fantastic.
Struggling with his tattoos. Yeah, he was great. I think it was a fun challenge for him, for sure.
Yeah. This episode, like I was talking about structurally, like just thinking back, and I think this is what I'm going to remember most about this is, yes, it's the hangover space. It also kind of exercises Ortegas' demons from the last season, what's gone on. It brings Scotty into the crew. He's now a member of the crew, I feel like. Also, this is just Lower Decks live. I mean,
Yes.
there's like if somebody has never seen Lower Decks, I'm like, do you like Strange New Worlds? Do you like Human Best Friend? Great, go watch Lower Decks, because that you just saw an episode of Lower Decks. Like, you had a lot of work to do with this episode, especially for this being your first. And is this your only involvement with Strange New Worlds?
I wanted to come back for the season 5, but I was on another. I had already signed a contract on another show. Sadly, I would have loved to have done it, but
like, there's a lot there.
I cannot say enough good things about Martin and Melissa. They were so prepared, so game. Obviously friends and supportive of each other. And I mean, Melissa is a machine. You give her an adjustment and she rocks it. And she's so technical as a performer. I don't think I've ever seen someone so amazing at hitting marks. She does not miss. And we had this ridiculous challenge for them both of having to put their arms in the position of the plants that Spock is hallucinating, and to kind of sell that. And blessedly, it's a comedy because there are ridiculous positions, but she nailed that every time. But more than that, she's just an incredible performer, and she'll give so many levels. And Martin too, they are wonderful, and I am dying to put them in something else. Anyone listening to me right now, if you have a project and you need actors, hire Martin and Melissa. They're aces, just absolute aces, and could not be nicer people.
Well, I want to get to the plants here shortly,
yes.
but
sorry.
I want to say on Melissa and Ortegas a little bit, because we are the official Mortegas podcast. We've always wanted Mortegas, and we've gotten some Mortegas-centric episodes along the way. I mean, Terrarium was an amazing episode, but it's a very different version of Ortegas, right? We're seeing the deeper, darker side of her, which is great. We want to see that. But I've wanted the Ortegas episodes that is the Ortegas we love. And for me, feels like this is finally the Ortegas episode I've wanted. Was there any sense did you feel the same way? How did you approach her character with this episode?
I've always been a fan of hers on the show. And so when I found out that she was, kind of spearheading my episode, I was delighted. And it turns out, and I knew this already from watching the show, but she gives some of the best deadpan reactions I have ever seen in my life. Her eyes are just always thinking, always twitching back and forth exactly how you want them to for comedy. Like she's just letting things land in a way that is funny. She's just naturally a very, very funny performer. And similarly, Martin too. I mean, they're both fantastic comedians, which, they're on a show that is 90% of the time driven by more of a drama tone. And I think that's wasted because they're so funny. They're so funny. And so, I mean, they nailed the drama scenes too. They're just all around. They're Swiss Army knife actors. They're amazing.
We told Martin that we would definitely watch the Martin Quinn sketch comedy hour. And now it's like, you got to have Melissa as a regular on that show. Like,
oh yeah,
you guys should tour.
They absolutely should. They're so good. Yeah.
But was it written into the script, or did you get to help decide what kind of plants Scotty and Ortegas would be, and like how did that work? How was shooting them with and as plants?
How did the plants compare to the actors as far as performances?
They were written. Those particular plants were written. Kat wrote that into the script. I think she put a lot of thought into it too, in terms of like what kind of plant best would be their spirit animals if they had a plant. And we landed at cactus and ficus. And but picking the cactus and the ficus was an ordeal. The art department spent a lot of time at garden shops sending pictures of like, is this okay? We're like, no, the arms have to, we want a bigger cactus and size and all of it. There were a lot of conversations about plants. In part, I mean, largely because we knew we didn't want to do it as a VFX thing or a CGI thing. We wanted it to be a dumb, practical gag. They're not going to talk. They're just going to stand there. And, when it moves, it's just on a dolly and it's a guy pulling it on a rope. And poor Ethan, who has to act with this cactus on a dolly and try his damnedest not to break, which bless him, like 90% of the time he kept it together. I did not. I was Kat and I were on the side cackling through all of it because it was just too absurd in the best way.
What broke me was that you put the cast on one of the arms of the cactus. I was like, that is the kind of subtle, dumb thing, to your point, where it's like, this actually completely makes this work.
And then we had to track that. We're like, she's not wearing the cast when second time he sees her. Yep. So we can't, like continuity, cactus continuity was the thing.
We have heard from both writers and directors about some of the props they really wanted to include in their scenes or in the backgrounds of their episodes. You already mentioned the Tribble, which was wonderful to see. Was there anything else you picked out, maybe in that, post-party scene in Ortega's apartment, that you were like, this has to be in the background?
There were a number of things that were in the background of the of that party scene, but really, I cannot express how much I wanted a Tribble, and it was my pitch, and I was like, I'll lose a VFX shot. I don't care. And they had a practical one that the one that rolls on the ground was a real practical, like furry Tribble, and I need to write them so that they give it to me, because that is the thing. I was so. I don't like Tribbles are. I'm like, my brain is 5% Tribbles.
That's brilliant.
That's fair.
That's fair. Did you name it? Did you name the Tribble?
No, we didn't. But we should have.
Well, when you own it, then you can.
That's
name
right.
it.
Exactly.
That makes good sense.
That's what I want. That's the thing that I want.
One of the other things that really stuck out to me from the background of this episode is the list of songs that Una has signed up to sing. Was that in the script? Did you guys come up with that on set? How did that come about?
The writers came up with it because we had to do the Klingon translations, and they are accurate to the Klingon language.
Wow.
So but because it's a tech-free zone, like our department had to go and draw the Klingon, and like we couldn't mess with it. I mean, we could a little bit, but yes, no, all the songs were chosen and translated to proper Klingon.
That is wonderful.
That's Rebecca singing.
And that is Rebecca singing, and she
wow.
is singing Klingon. That is a Klingon translation of the
We've
song.
got to give her some props for this.
Yeah.
too, then. That
She
was amazing.
nailed it. Yeah, she's an incredible singer.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I didn't know she could sing Klingon that well.
Yeah.
She had a phonetic. She worked with a translator and a phonetic guy. I mean, it was a whole. There was a lot of rehearsal for Klingon.
I can't even imagine. Does the studio still have to pay for the rights to Total Eclipse of the Heart if it's sung in Klingon?
They do. Yes.
Okay.
And this was, we kind of debated what the song would be, and some of it was a bit price driven, but Total Eclipse was the song we wanted, and it ended up not being too out of Star Trek is a score based. Nami's amazing, the composer. It's a score-based show. Like, it's very rare that you get a needle drop in Strange New Worlds. But this was one of those opportunities. We definitely took it.
If we started GoFundMe and get enough money, I don't know if you're familiar with the Total Eclipse of the Heart music video, but can we make the Klingon version of that music video, and will you direct it? Because that would be insane.
That would be nuts.
I mean, we recorded a lot of the song. I mean, that's why we used it for the end credits. I mean, it's largely already there.
You got that.
Probably do a music video with Rebecca's performance, which she went for it. Like, there's we didn't even use some of the bigger things that she tried. At one point, there was a much longer end montage that did the full song and let her hit all the amazing things that she did on that stage, but there just wasn't time.
Oh, dang.
I didn't know. I am a Trekkie, but I didn't know that Klingon was a real language that needed it, and that there are translators that work into this, and that was
I'm
delightful.
pretty sure you
the
can
whole,
learn
the
it
whole
on
process.
Duolingo even.
I think
so.
Duolingo has it.
Yeah.
Yes. I discovered that, and I started it on set.
Yes.
Well, friend me, I'm still learning Spanish, but we can keep each other
I'm at a
honest.
very low level on Klingon on Duolingo, but I felt
Still
like
learning your colors.
it was incumbent on me to understand
That's
what Rebecca was
fantastic.
saying.
Yeah, if you thought that owl was threatening in English,
Yeah.
just wait.
My daughter always looks at my phone. Duo's mad at you, Dad.
Yeah.
But at least he doesn't have a batleth.
Yeah. So in that first scene with Spock, after he asks them about Kirk and they leave and Kirk pops out, where was Kirk in your head canon? Where was Kirk?
He was in the
first-
bathroom.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, yeah,
That was the joke I was going to make. I'm like, was he peeing?
He was
this
just
the
in
first
the
Captain Kirk
bathroom. It
peeing?
was a
Yes.
completely mundane reason why he wasn't in the room, and he just happened to come out.
Yep.
Yeah. We absolutely explained where he was and why people weren't interacting with him every single time.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Paul Wesley doesn't get a ton of comedic beats, right? Like he's almost like playing a straight man in all of his scenes, but it's like he just has a natural humorous charisma, and it still comes across. Like that first hug, you're like, this fits, but it's also funny. Like he's inhabiting this really well.
And also he's high. All of that, he is affected by the planet's atmosphere. And so, he gets into this very kind of, all right, let's burr out and be touchy-feely and talk about our feelings space that I don't think is regular mode Kirk.
Right.
But was really, really fun.
So if you did get a chance to direct another Star Trek episode, is there a type of episode you'd really want to direct?
Well, comedy is my bread and butter. I don't speak any other language as a director or as an editor, really. It would have to be another kind of comedy take on this world. But a lot of times tonally, they're also into dramedy, and that's a zone I'm comfortable in. But if there's no jokes, I'm not your girl. There are better people who can.
But would you want to do a holodeck or something with Klingons or a time travel?
I love the holodeck.
Okay.
I love, of course, holodecks is the other 95% of my brain.
We got it. We completed it.
So you completed it, definitely. Yeah, I actually loved the holodeck episode and studied it quite a bit when I was going in for, Jonathan Frakes is a marvelous director and has a really, really good sense of comedy tone. That I very much enjoyed. It would have to be a comedy, especially with these people. The people that work on Strange New Worlds are they're lovely, and
we have yet to meet one who's not. They've got to be out there, but
maybe like one of the people that runs mail at the studio or something. Really
There's
surly.
One.
Yeah.
So, have you got a favorite shot from this episode? Like, if there's one shot you're most proud of from this episode, what is it?
We did some things that were kind of visually ambitious, but my favorite shot is not one of those. My favorite shot is Ortegas and Scotty in the doorway.
Yes.
After Uhura opens the door and the practical smoke just like billowing at them when they're in this kind of deadpan center frame just looking at us. That kills me every time. And when we were shooting it and the smoke was billowing out and there was a moment of like, oh my God, is it too much? And then it was so funny. Just the smoke as a gag. And then their faces taking it in, of course, is what really made it funny. But that's my favorite bit.
And I love that we get two of those, right? So like you have the first time they go to the door and then that same shot composition when they go back to the party.
And now it's a rave.
Yeah, and it's like it's such good like structure and pacing like that. Specifically, you're right, like her reactions in those moments. She's looking around in the hall and back. It's like that is a beautiful shot. I can understand why you picked that.
It's perfect comedy frame. I really, really love it. Yeah.
And with the pacing, like you said, at the end when they're on the transporter pad, I'm like, oh, it'd be funny if like one of Scotty's hands was half gone.
Oh, he sold that joke with the finger.
And you waited
so
long
well.
enough that I was like, oh, it's not going to happen. He just holds it.
Martin
God, I
sold
love
that
that.
so well, and it was practical. It was also just a prosthetic thumb that was hanging. I love a practical gag, and Martin, it didn't always flip back, so he had to do it, a few times, and he'd reset and be like, "Fuck," but when it came up and it was flipped over. Yeah. There were so many times when Kat and I were sitting behind the monitors and we had to try not to ruin takes because we wanted to laugh so bad. And so we would do these like silent cackles, and then just let it out after I call cut. But that was definitely one of those moments.
Oh, man.
Martin sold it really well. Just perfect comedy timing on the seeing it, freaking out, all of it. Yeah.
Any other stories from the set that you think we should have asked about we hadn't?
I just cannot say enough good things about this cast and how game they were to try things and to take swings. And a number of them hadn't. I mean, they've all done comedy on this show. There have been comedy episodes, but it's not necessarily their usual wheelhouse as performers. But they put their trust in me and tried things, and it felt like a very safe, fun set. And I hope they had as good a time as I did, because I was the little kid in me was freaking out the whole time.
Amazing.
So I have to I know that it's probably a little early to ask about deleted scenes, but I have to ask, was there ever there's a tiger in this bathroom scene? And B, did we ever meet the thugs that La'an beats up? Or was it decided early, like, no, you don't need them. You only need her reactions?
By the way, she did all those stuff. She beat him up herself. Nice. We did not get a step person. And she's a badass. Christina is just such a badass. But for me, the Tribble was the tiger.
Perfect.
Okay.
I was like, and that's why I lobbied for it, because there needs to be like an absurd animal that they wake up to. And then, of course, Scotty's the tiger.
Yep.
in his costume. They did have some lines in the bingo scene that got excised for pace. They were great, actually. I quite liked those scenes and those performers. It was just for a comedy episode. Henry and Akiva really felt like it just wanted to move as quickly as possible, and so anything that wasn't like strictly necessary for the propulsive energy of it got shaved. And that was one of the things that the thing that I miss the most is the extended singing montage of Una doing Total Eclipse of the Heart. And we shot a lot of little beats of like what actually happened that night that we missed that were in there, and there was so much more material there, and it was really, really funny. Spock and Kirk hanging out and playing games. There's just like one little bit of them doing rock, paper, scissors, but we did so many things. And just more Martin and Melissa hijinks. And yeah, I do wish that the credits were longer, I guess, so that we could have enjoyed more of that. That's the thing.
Yeah, and I get what Henry and Akiva where they were coming from for that bingo scene, because you already have like these perfect.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah. Well, and the line reads from the bingo ladies are
they were
like,
great.
Grade A stuff. It's like you have it. Like you don't have to double up on that. But man, that is one of my favorite scenes in an episode full of favorite scenes.
Oh, that's so great.
And kudos on one of the thugs wearing the Hawaiian shirt when they come into attack.
Yes.
Just kind of my last thing on it is I think that you guys did a really great job of you make it funny, you make it heartfelt. And then, like, right when you think the episode is turning, Scotty and Erica get kidnapped. And you have this immediate sense of, like, oh, am I not safe? Like, are they not okay now? Like,
yeah,
but
it's
to
a
use
seedy
that,
planet,
yeah.
right? Like, stuff goes down.
It was brilliant. And then to transition that into Dave Foley's explanation, I mean, it was
it was like, oh, these guys kidnap 7 people a day. This is just their shit.
Part of their journey.
Yeah.
I mean, that's Kat. She's such a wonderful, wonderful writer. What a gift of a script this was. She's so good.
Yeah, absolutely agree.
Well, Yana Gorskaya, thank you very much.
We didn't get to talk about Taika. I would have happily done that, but
what do you gotta say? He would fit into the Star Trek universe.
Yes, he would.
Yeah.
And he is also a massive fan of genre, which is one of the reasons we get along so well.
Yeah, give us a little background there. You've worked on a lot of his projects.
I worked on his very first movie and got to do just like a couple weeks on Eagle versus Shark. And Jermaine was here in LA also, and he just sold Flight of the Conchords.
Oh, wow.
And they were both absolute sweethearts. And Taika's mom is a Russian Jew. And so we had all the same food. And I think that is part of why we have such a similar sense of humor and pacing, and also a distaste for over sentimentality. So that we shared all of that, and because of that, we worked together for many, many years. And he and Jermaine gave me my first directing opportunity on What We Do in the Shadows. And
how many have you directed?
22.
Wow,
no small number.
Heck yeah. We're working
also directed
right now in my house, so yeah.
Time Bandits, an episode of that, which was a big favorite of my family.
Yeah, and I got to direct Taika and Jermaine in Time Bandits, which was really, really fun. Time Bandits is another property that takes up part of my brain, so I lobbied hard to do that, and that was so fun. Also, and it was my first time working with a volume stage, which is a big part of the Star Trek universe, and helped prepare me for.
Did you guys use it in this episode?
Not a lot, but the entire, the peace talks scene with the exploding shuttle, that was all on the volume stage.
Okay.
So minimal use compared to dinosaurs and.
For sure.
But at least I knew how they worked.
Yeah.
Well, I am on the record I think, more than one podcast that saying that Thor Ragnarok is the best of the Marvel movies. Like, for me, that's not a question.
I agree with you. Ragnarok
I
is
think
great.
This episode is the Thor Ragnarok of Strange New Worlds. Like, it's bright, it's colorful, it has heart. Like,
It's got a needle drop.
Seriously, like,
Unforgettable needle drop.
it works
true.
on a lot of levels. And I'm just here to say, on behalf of the fans, thank you, Yana, so much for this episode. This is
Oh, thank you so much for having me. This has been
is wonderful.
super fun. I wish I was wearing a Hawaiian shirt. That's the only thing that I didn't do right.
Bring you back on just so you can do that sometime.
Yep.
We'll get one of those
got
iPhone
it.
filters and put one on you.
There you go. Yeah.
You got it. You got it.
All right. Well,
Thank you.
thank you, Yana, very much for being here with us on Open Pike Night, and for such a fantastic single outing on Star Trek Strange New Worlds. It was great to have your talent and your voice brought to this fantastic show.
Thank you.
Thank
I
you
loved
very
it.
much for joining us tonight, and we can't wait to see what we've got coming in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Have a good night.